Today on BTV News Channel 3, it is the first show of the year, and we look at some of the new faces in the classrooms as Benjamin welcomes several new teachers to the community.
And speaking of new faces, we have a new one in the captain's chair. We will introduce you to the new interim head of school, Mr. Tom Reed.
And we hit the gridiron as the 2019 football season is underway, and give you a peek at this year's Benjamin Buccaneers football team.
Hello everyone, and welcome to BTV News. I'm Kenzie Matevia.
And I'm Alexis Tadros. You give us 15 minutes and we'll give you the latest news that affects you and the Benjamin School.
Plenty to bring you today, including a look at the latest crown jewel at the Benjamin School, the STEM Center on the middle school campus. But first, our top story. The start of the school year means many firsts for us here at the upper school. First day of school, first time on this campus, first class with a new teacher. Benjamin welcomed several new faculty members to our teaching community, and BTV reporter Alexa Tiano caught up with some of them and has a story.
The new school year up and running, students and faculty are preparing for the year to come. Along with familiar faces returning, there are also new faces to meet. This year we welcome 6 new teachers to the Benjamin School community. From a few miles to a few states, the new teachers talk about what schools they came from and how they compare to the Benjamin School.
Before Benjamin, I was teaching at Berkeley Preparatory School in Tampa on the west coast of Florida, and it was very comparable to what Benjamin is, and the student population was very similar, and it was a college prep school.
The last school was a boarding school, so we had around 90 international countries students coming from to attend, so we had all kinds of languages and different learning backgrounds. Looking forward to a smaller environment this year.
The new teachers have nothing but praise for their new teaching environment. With new surroundings come new adjustments, and the latest additions to the faculty seem to be doing that well.
With the faculty, it was very easy. I came in over the summer and I got to know pretty much everybody right away, and they were very welcoming. So at the start of the year, it was very easy to kind of like ease into everything.
So far, so good. Right now, I'm doing pretty well with my students. I have a lot of following with the Bengineers, and my students seem to be liking the classes that I'm teaching, and I'm having a good time teaching here.
The faculty's great, students are great. I just need to learn names and get this rotating schedule down because it's crazy.
The new teachers are not the only ones excited to be here. Students have also welcomed the new faculty with open arms.
I feel like Mr. Hoy brings a good energy to the class, and he's a good guy. I think that he is adjusting very nicely and he's settling into his class.
I have Miss Peretta. She's really interactive and she has us do a whole bunch of engineering things, like build chairs and stuff.
We give the new teachers a warm welcome and wish them all the best as they adjust to the Benjamin School. Reporting for BTV News Channel 3, I'm Alexa Tiano.
Thank you, Alexa, and welcome to all of our new faculty and staff. Well, there is another new face on both campuses. That is the new smiling face of our new interim head of school, Mr. Thomas Reed. Mr. Reed has already made his presence felt by being very active here at the upper school, whether it is during the school day, at assemblies, or even at after-school events. BTV's Lucas Size introduces us to our new head of school.
Now as we head into the new school year, we have a new head of school, Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed has adapted well and has plans for the upcoming school year. Mr. Reed explains why he believes that Benjamin is a good fit for him.
When I was called by a consultant to explore the possibilities, the things that struck me first and foremost were its academic reputation, which I had some sense of. And then the size of the school was appealing because I was coming from an interim where the school was 135 students. And I thought that the difference would make this a new adventure. And then the 2 campuses was a big draw. As much as it presents certain challenges, it's something that I find intriguing, and I thought it would help me to grow as a school leader.
Students react to what Mr. Reed has done so far.
Mr. Reed had really big shoes to fill with following Mr. Goldberg, and Mr. Goldberg made a big impact at Benjamin, so Mr. Reed's done good filling in for him.
Mr. Reed also explains how Benjamin is different from other schools.
The biggest difference thus far from last year's interim experience is the temperature. We were up in New Hampshire, and I've told a number of people we had snow on the ground there from November 11th until April 26th. So that's a big difference. But overall, basically what I said and what attracted me to it, the size. But as I've been here, I've also come to feel a real connection to the community, and that I think there's a great strength to this community that I think and hope we can just continue to build on over the course of this year.
It looks like Mr. Reed has adapted very well to the community as interim head of school. Reporting for BTV Channel 3 News, I'm Lucas Ice.
Thanks, Lucas, and welcome Mr. Reed to the Benjamin family. Well, faculty, staff, and students from both campuses celebrated the grand opening of the latest jewel in Benjamin's crown. After a year in the making, the STEM Center on the lower school campus cut the ribbon and opened its doors, giving Benjamin students the opportunity to expand their learning in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I was there for the big event and have this report. The grand opening of the STEM Center at the lower school was a huge milestone for our Benjamin community. The opening was a great success and viewed by many who had an impact.
We were very excited to welcome about almost 400 people for the STEM Center grand opening a couple of weeks ago. You had people from every division represented there. You had people from the upper school, the middle school, and the lower school, all to partake in this, what is really a historic event in the timeline of our school. So we just opened this 13,000 square foot building with 7 maker spaces and labs, which is different than any other structure or building in the school. And so the ability for the students to go into these big rooms and to collaborate and to explore and build together in their STEM curriculum is really putting our STEM program and taking it to the next level.
This new way of learning is a progression of what the Benjamins would have wanted for their school.
The STEM Center is just really a natural progression of what we would be doing at the Benjamin School if Marshall and Nancy and Benjamin were alive today and with us. And now what we're asking kids to do is not only be problem solvers, but we want them to be problem finders. So when they go into their community, we want them to ask, what can I do to make this world a better place? What problem could I solve? And that's the work we're going to be doing in the STEM Center.
Students and teachers are excited about the center and all of its benefits.
The STEM Center will be used for enriching all our curriculum with STEM. So every discipline, English, history, arts, they're all going to come down and utilize something inside the STEM Center to bring science, technology, engineering, and math to life.
I'm most excited for probably the 3D printing and the engineering room because it seems like it's very interactive and it'll be a fun way to explore STEM.
It's really fun doing a whole bunch of different experiments and stuff because you don't really get to do that in regular science class, and I'm just looking forward to learn new things.
The Benjamin Lower School is very excited for this new center and will be put to great use. Thank you for all that contributed to this center. Reporting for BTV News Channel 3, I'm Kenzie Matevia.
Thank you, Kenzie. We appreciate you pulling double duty on this newscast. We are going to step aside for just a minute, but plenty more ahead when BTV continues. We give you a glimpse of what you can expect from the 2019 Bucks football team. Out to the gridiron when BTV continues.
Ball! Rashawn, bro, you're not yourself when you're hungry, bro. Better?
Better. Eat a Snickers.
Hey, I'm Dan Marino, Hall of Fame quarterback.
I believe Marino is saying I'm going to spike it.
Marino takes the snap from center. He's looking. He throws. Touchdown, Dolphins, Mark Ingram.
Yes, I know you like that call.
BTV Sports is coming up next.
Hello everyone, welcome to Sports with Schwartz. I'm Andrew Schwartz, bringing you everything that is Benjamin Athletics. The school year is just underway and we already have a glimpse of things to come in the 2019 football season. The Benjamin football team has looked very impressive through the 3 games so far. BTV Alexis Tadros fills us on what we can expect from the rest of the way from the Bucks.
The football team is already off to a great season and ready to make it the very best. Coach Kresser has high hopes for his team and thinks they can make it far.
Team looks really good this year. We have a lot of young guys coming back. We're going to try to be better than we were last year. And we had a 9-2 record, so that's going to be hard to do. Playing a tougher schedule this year, and we've also had some of the top teams in the state drop down into our classification. So it's definitely going to be a tough year, but I think we can improve on last year.
Upperclassmen on the team set a great example for the underclassmen.
Being a captain is fun. We're like little mini coaches, and we get to set a good example on and off the field. And hopefully we can keep this team at a high level, and hopefully we can lead us to an even better season than last year and win a state championship.
Practices help players improve their skills.
Practice looks like a team stretch where we all stretch out so we don't get any cramps like we were getting on the game day. We didn't stretch out enough then. Then we work into our individual groups, so the linemen and then the skills positions are in their respective places. And then we work a team period at the end of practice where we work all together in like a live game situation to practice for the game.
As many new faces join the team, they are welcomed by the returning players.
Being a freshman on the team is kind of hard, because all of these people that already been here and the coaches know what they can do, but they don't know what I can do. Seniors have helped me because they show me what to do right because they already know because they've been where I have been.
We are looking forward to another great football season. Good luck to all the boys on the varsity football team. Reporting for BTV News Channel 3, I'm Alexis Tadros.
Thank you, Alexis, and we also appreciate you doing double duty on this newscast. The Bucks were away on Friday night playing Pinecrest. They won and remain undefeated. They'll put their talents on the display again this Friday night at 7 p.m. when they travel to play at John Carroll. The girls volleyball team are in action tonight. They hit the road to play at Cardinal Newman. First serve is set for 6:30. Both boys and girls bowling teams will be in action tonight. They square off against Jupiter High School at 3:30 at Bolero Lanes. Also, both cross-country teams will lace up the sneakers on Wednesday as they compete at John I. Leonard Invitational. Meanwhile, the girls golf team will host Dwyer and Jupiter Christian on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, while the boys golf team will play host to St. Edward's School also on Wednesday. Tea time is at 2 p.m. at the Bears Club. And last but certainly not least, the swim teams will travel to Lake Worth on Wednesday for a 4 p.m. splashdown. Wednesday is a busy day for Buccaneer sports. Be sure to get out there and support these teams. Well, that is a look at BTV Sports. Everybody, enjoy your week. Back over to you, Kenzie and Lexi.
And that was a look at Sports with Shorts. Thanks, Andrew. That's going to put a wrap on this episode of BTV News. As always, thank you for joining us. We will see you back here in a few weeks.
For Alexis Tadros, Andrew Schwartz, and the entire BTV News team, I'm Kenzie Matibia. See you soon, Benjamin.